Greetings once again, my sports to the bone people. Welcome back to the channel. Thank you all for checking this video out. So the World Cup is now finished, and you can say eyes are now turning slowly but surely towards the Caribbean. We are set to host the T20 World Cup next year. So people are going to be getting themselves ready for that. Now, having watched the World Cup, there are a couple of things that I would like to highlight. A few things that we would have learned, right? And where CWI is concerned and the players, some of these things we want them to totally avoid them, or we want them to make sure that these things they, put them into practice as we go into World Cup, right? Or even while we're into the World Cup, make sure that they put some of these things into practice to have a successful or a good campaign. So just give a listening ear, my people. Let me know what you all think in the comment section as I reason my way through this one. I think I have about 3 or 4 of them. So number 1, we want a clear team structure, right? A clear team structure. We don't want the bits and pieces type of thing. That is not going to work. And why I'm saying this is, if you look at the teams in the tournament, let us take Australia and India that made it to the final. Look at Australia, right? They have David Warner, Travis Head, Mitchell Marsh, who he does some bowling, but he can open or bat at 3, so he's a genuine all-rounder. They have Marnus Lamachine, Steve Smith, as I said, and Glenn Maxwell, who would be the spinning all-rounder. You don't hear one whole heap of all-rounder within the top 6. You hear 6 solid people that are there because of their batting. As I said, Mitchell Marsh can make the team, as a specialist batsman, or makes the team as a specialist batsman, even though he's going to bowl. So we wouldn't have a problem with that. Glenn Maxwell, as we know, will give you a couple of overs a spin, but he's there primarily for his batting. Same thing if you look at India. They have Rohit, Shubman Gill, they have Virat Kohli, they have Iyer, Rahul, right, and then Jadeja, the spinning all-rounder. So if you look at these teams, you don't see 5, 6, 7 all-rounders in the team. And we're talking about people that are not genuine all-rounders. You don't see them in the team. So that is one thing that we want to make sure that we get right. Right? When the team, I don't know if it's a case where in the Caribbean the all-rounders are outperforming the specialist batsmen in their area and also outperforming the specialist bowlers in their area, so it's difficult. But I think one positive I would say is, I hear Darren Sammy and also director Miles Bascom saying that they are leaning towards people playing particular roles. So I am assuming they wouldn't be leaning towards having 6, 7 all-rounders playing different roles. As it's going to be tough to, as an all-rounder, if you keep outperforming the batsmen and the bowlers and you still can't get in because you're an all-rounder. It's going to be tough, but we need to start grooming and building the team like this. So when we are going into the World Cup, we don't announce a squad with 5 and 6 all-rounders that go and play in the first team. You don't want that. Clear structure, you need that. Same thing with the bowling. You don't want a playing 11 and you say that, boy, this man can give more go and give more 8 overs, even though he might not well solid, but he will chip in with the bat. We tired of them foolishness there. The thing is, we want to be able to hold people accountable. Right? And the best way to hold people accountable is when you give people their job and they know what their job is. I mean, all-rounders obviously going to know what their job is, but when you have a specialist batsmen and specialist bowlers in the team, then you can clearly say, listen, You need to pull your socks up. You need to pull your socks up. You're not going to say, boy, let me give him a break because, he's going to give us 5 overs, even though he only gave us 10 runs, even though we were selecting him and he's batting in a specialist position. Let us give him a break because he will give us 5 overs and we just take the 15 runs. We don't want that. We want to be able to hold people accountable. Right? That is how most of the top teams are actually doing it. Is it that they have 5 specialist batsmen all round that can bat, right? And then the rest of the bowlers they have 6 batsmen, and one of them they will get some overs from. Then they have the genuine all round, and then the bowlers. It shouldn't be so difficult for us, especially seeing we don't have to pick it's ODI. We're not going for a specialist keeper outside of Shai Hope. Shai Hope is going to be keeping, if things push come to shove, as they would say, Nicholas Pooran can also keep. So those 2 guys make the team as batsmen. So that you have another position there where you can play around with. You have another spot you can play around with. So that is something that I am looking at. The number 2 thing, right? Playing at home doesn't necessarily mean home advantage. As much as though India would have, you can say that they ride the wave right to the finals. It so happened that they got outplayed on their pitch. It don't really matter the pitch that we play on. I think most of the top teams will outplay us based on where we are at now. But that is something that we don't want to see people getting complacent about and saying that it's going to be in the Caribbean and in parts of America. We know the grounds. We don't want to hear that. So as we plan as we are in the event, we want to learn from this. We don't want to be too complacent and thing. The third thing, make sure we don't have any contract dispute going in, or we don't have any contract dispute arriving in the middle of the tournament. That can bring chaos, right? I'm not going to say that is what derailed England's World Cup, but it sure didn't help. Them announcing the players that would have gotten contract and who they decide not to give contract. It sure didn't help. And if we're hosting in the Caribbean, that is definitely not something we want. We don't want that helping to take away from what is on the field. So, try avoid all contract situation by any means possible. If it's to do the negotiation or say to the players, listen, negotiations or whatever, as much as it probably is time or close to time, we're not going to do that till after. We don't want the foolishness. You understand? And we definitely don't want that at all. And the final thing that I would say, getting the fans back on their side. They are still yet to win back over the fans. You understand? So it's a good time. We are going to be hosting. So just as how we would have seen India, how they rode the energy of the fans right to the final. You understand? Even though the team played well, you need that. You're at home. You need that extra noise. You need that 12 man to help you across the line sometime. You understand? You definitely need them sort of things in the game. So I don't know how they're going to convince people to spend their hard-earned money to go and watch. I don't know if it's going to be a case where for people from the region, they say, listen, we're taking off something off of the ticket money. You understand? I don't know how that would work because they don't know it's an ICC event, but something they have to find a way to get the fans back on the side, or else the cricket not going to work. You're not going to be able to sustain. You understand? ICC really and truly send down money to the boards and things, send down money to CWI. They will get money from sponsorships, but that is one revenue you don't want to lose. The people, the money that you're going to earn from the people. So you need to get that right going into the World Cup. So those are just a couple of things that I wanted to highlight coming out of the ODI World Cup, and just thinking ahead of time, thinking what are some of the things we need to avoid and what are some of the things we need to get done. Clear team structure, as I said, where batsmen and bowlers are concerned. You know, not taking playing at home for granted. No contract dispute. We don't want anything like that. And most importantly, finding a way to get the fans back on their side. And that is pretty much it, my people. Just wanted to share these couple of little things with you. I am going to be in the comment section to hear what you all have to say on this one. Bless.